What's good, JMoney crew? Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy, the Ballin' JMoney, and I'm back again with another pool video. In this video, I'm gonna give y'all another brand new drill that I have personally came up with. So if y'all know, if y'all follow me on my TikTok, which is in the description of this video, I do go live on TikTok nearly every day where I play pool, play darts, and much more. So if you guys would like to join me in those lives, make sure y'all check out the TikTok link in the description and go ahead and follow me because I do go live every day. But surprisingly, in one of my live videos, I came up with a new drill that we're gonna call the swap drill. And the reason why I came up with the swap drill is it's a way of working on long shots, cut shots, bank shots, and many more. So if you guys follow along with me, you guys will definitely enjoy this drill. So it doesn't matter where you're at. If you have your own table, then kudos, you can play this drill all day long. But let's say you're at a bar or a pool hall that requires quarters, you can still practice this drill by making at least 15 shots. So if you can do 15 out of 15 with this drill, then you are doing an amazing job with your aiming. Of course, y'all see my baby down here. Hey, you wanna be in the video? So I'm gonna show y'all how this drill works. So let's say you're at a bar or a pool hall. You're just now putting quarters into your machine and the balls are going into where you get access with all 15 balls. So in this case, we don't have that type of table. We just grab the balls out of the pockets. But let's just say for sake of argument, we go ahead and get all 15 balls. So you're just gonna grab a chair, because they're going to have chairs, are going to have, bars are going to have, and pool halls are going to have chairs. So let's say you put the triangle rack on the chair, and just go ahead and rack the balls into the chair on the triangle rack. Now we're gonna put the chair out the way. So let's just go ahead and let's say we put the chair right. Let's put the chair. I'm dropping balls already. All right, hold on. All right, so we went ahead and put the balls, the rack, and the chair over here in this corner. So the way we're gonna do the drill is you're going to start out with grabbing one ball from the rack, just any ball you want. And if you guys remember from my previous video, which is this one right here, I showed a warm-up drill where you can get started when you walk into a bar or pool hall. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the warm-up drill. So here's how the swap drill works. So basically, if you make a shot, you're just gonna swap one ball from the rack. And if you miss a shot, you're gonna swap both the ball that you missed and the cue ball. This is how you're gonna work on random shots when you are by yourself at a table, regardless if you're at home, at a bar, or a pool hall. So let's say we're gonna start with the level 1 shot, which is this right here, okay? So let's see what happens, regardless if we make it or miss it. So, if you miss a shot, this is what you do. You go to your chair where the other balls are, you grab a ball, wait till both balls are stopped on the table, you swap the cue ball first, and then you swap the cue ball with the ball that you miss, and then the ball that you miss you put back on the rack. And then from here, you're going to work on this shot where the balls are positioned. So here we're going to try to cut the 12 into the corner. So you see we missed again. So since we missed, we're going to grab another ball from our chair, wait for the balls to stop, swap the cue ball first, and then swap the second ball, place the ball that you missed back at the rack. So again, you're at a bar, so your rack is on your chair, over on your sidelines. So in this case, we're going to shoot this shot. Okay, so where the balls are positioned now, we're going to shoot this shot. All right, we missed again. So every time you miss, you're going to grab another ball from the rack, and you're going to swap, okay? So we're going to grab another ball, swap that ball with the cue ball, and then with the cue ball, we're going to swap the ball we missed, like this, okay? Take that ball that you missed, put it on the sideline. Now from here, we got several options. We can try to cut them in one of those pockets or bank them. So we're just going to go ahead and bank. Which in this case, we missed again. So if you can get 15 out of 15 on these shots, then kudos to you. But here we go. So here, we're gonna swap and swap. So now the cue ball is where the 2 ball was. Put the 2 ball back in the rack on your chair. And now from here, let's see if we can make this. Okay, we missed another one. So then we grab another ball from your rack, swap the cue ball, and then the ball that you missed, and put that ball you missed back on the rack. So let's go ahead and make a shot now. So now I'm going to show you all what happens when you make shots. So now that you see that I finally made a shot. So then this is what you do. Wherever the cue ball stops at after you make a shot, you're going to grab another object ball from your rack, swap it with the cue ball. And then whatever side the object ball you're going to shoot from in the kitchen from the opposite side of the table. So since we just swapped it there, we're going to go in the kitchen on this side of the table, and we're going to put the cue ball anywhere we want as long as it's within the kitchen. For those of y'all who don't know what in the kitchen is, it's from this diamond down. From the second diamond down. So if you create an imaginary line right here, this area is where you can put the cue ball at. So in this example, we're going to put the cue ball here, and we're going to try to cut the 1 into the corner. So here we missed again, but it might go in the side pocket in this case. Maybe not. Okay, so from here, wait for the cue ball to stop. Grab another ball from your chair. Swap the cue ball first, and then swap the ball that you missed. Okay? That goes here. Now you're going to work on this shot where the balls were positioned when they stopped. So here we tried to cross bank it, but that didn't pay off for us. So now from here, we're going to take another object ball from the chair, swap that one, and then swap this one. So now the cue ball is here, and the new ball is there. So from here, we can make this 1 into the corner pocket. Like that. So we wait for the cue ball to stop. We're going to grab another ball. So we got 2 balls down. We got to get all of them in. So here we go. So we got this ball right here. Swap there. And as long as you're in the kitchen on the opposite side of the table, then you can shoot a straight shot if possible. So here we're going to cut it just a little bit. Like that. Okay? Now, take another ball from your rack on the chair. Swap it. Alright, so now from here, we're in the kitchen, so we're going to cut it again. Okay, now the cue ball is going to go on this side of the table, as you can see. Or, nope, it's going to cross, never mind. Now, if the cue ball stayed on that side, then you'd be on this side of the table going in the kitchen. But in this case, that's not a good example because it crossed the... So the way you can tell is if it crosses the side pockets. That's how you can tell. But, okay, we got to be in the kitchen, once again. I was past the line. So here's a frozen shot that you can shoot. Okay. Alright, cue ball stops there. If you keep the cue ball on the table the whole drill, that's perfect. But if we scratch, then I'll show you what we do. So we're in the kitchen again on the other side of where the object ball is, and now we're going to cut this 14. Which in this case, we miss. And we don't scratch either, so that's what's up. Grab the ball from your chair. Swap the cue ball first, and then swap the cue ball with the ball you missed, and then the ball you missed goes back to the chair with the rest of the balls. Alright? And then you can work on this shot here. So in this case, bada bing. Okay, so here's the example I was talking about. So now the cue ball stops on this side, on that side of the table after a make. You're still doing the same thing. Placing the ball here to swap, but you're going to go on this side of the table now. So wherever the cue ball stops after you make a shot, you're going to go in the kitchen on the opposite side of the table. So in this case, we're going to go in the kitchen on this side of the table and shoot this shot. So we're going to put the cue ball here. So here's another miss. Grab the ball from your rack at the chair, swap the cue ball when it stops, and then swap the object ball when it stops. And then the ball you just missed, you put that on the rack on your chair. So now we can work on a cut shot with these balls stopped here. Again, we missed again. Grab another ball. They don't have to be in order. You don't have to put these balls in order. You don't have to. Swap the cue ball first, and then cue ball here, where this ball was. And the ball you missed goes back on the rack. Here we go. Now here we can do a banker, which in this case we missed again. So every time you miss, you're swapping both balls, but if you make a shot, you're only swapping one, of course. So there's that one, and then there's this one, okay? So here we can cut this 11 into the corner. Hopefully we make it. Okay, we missed it again. Okay, we're gonna wait for them to stop. Swap the cue ball first, and then swap the object ball, or the cue ball where the other ball was placed. And now we'll work on a close shot like this. So here we're gonna do a double bank. Maybe 3 banks, 4 banks. And okay, we don't scratch, which is fine. So now, swap the cue ball with this ball, and then this one. All right? So the quicker you can get this drill done, just make shots. So here we fouled, okay? Because we didn't hit the object ball. So if you ever foul or scratch, this is what you do. You take the cue ball, swap it with the ball you didn't touch or foul, and then the object ball goes into the center. So anytime you scratch or foul the cue ball, the ball that you missed goes into the center, and the cue ball is swapped to where the ball was originally at. So now you can work on a shot with the cue ball on the rail. Like that. So now we made the shot. Grab another ball from your chair. Swap that with the cue ball there. Go in the kitchen here. So here we can work. We can put the cue ball here. We can put it here, as long as it's within the kitchen. So let's shoot this shot here. We'll put the cue ball here and make that shot. Okay, cue ball stops there. So we got 7 more balls to go. So we'll put the object ball there. Go on the opposite side of the kitchen. Let's put the cue ball here this time. Let's bank it. All right. So we missed. Grab another object ball from your chair. Swap the cue ball, and then swap the ball that you missed. Now you got these 2 balls in position. So here we can just try to cut this 13 into the corner, like that. Now the cue ball went on this side of the table. So you're gonna grab another ball from your rack on the chair, swap there, go on the opposite side of the table, and shoot from in the kitchen on this side of the table. All right? So here we missed again. We don't scratch. Grab another ball from your chair, swap the cue ball first, and then the cue ball with the ball you just missed. Now you got this shot. Now this shot, you probably want to bank it, so let's bank it. Let's see if it goes in. Probably not. Nope, stops there. All right, grab another ball from your chair, swap the cue ball first, and the cue ball with this ball. All right, so from here we can cut this shot or bank it. So for this one, we'll cut it to the left. Like that. All right, ball stayed on the table. Now we got 5 balls left. Swap, object ball where the cue ball was, and then you can go in the kitchen, anywhere you want in the kitchen. So we'll go here. And here we missed this shot. Grab another object ball from your chair. Place this there, and then here. Now we got this shot we can work on. Let's ball back at your rack on the chair. And then from here, we'll cut it to the left again. Okay. Now we're down to 4 balls left. So cue ball is on this side of the table, so we're going to swap, and we go in the kitchen here if we want. So if you want to practice straight shots, then you would shoot this one here in this example, like so. Cue ball is back in that side, so now we're down to 3 balls. Take the other ball, swap there, and then if you want to work on cuts, then you can angle your ball a little bit, and then work on cuts like this. So in this case, we missed. Okay. Now you see that I'm not chalking. It's entirely, of course you definitely want to chalk. But see, I'm not doing that because I'm trying to finish this drill as quickly as possible. So make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe if y'all are enjoying this brand new drill of mine. So here we missed this one. Grab another object ball. And actually I made a mistake, sorry, hold on. So let's start, alright, so here we go. So cue ball first and then this one. My bad. Went backwards. Okay, so here we can try to cut the 2 the side. All right, here's another foul. It's because the ball didn't get touched. So we swap here, and the 2 goes into the center because we fouled. So every time you foul, the opposite ball will be in the center, and the cue ball swaps it to where it originally was at. So here we go, 2 on the side. Like that. All right, we're down to 2 balls left. Swap. Go in the kitchen on this side of the table because the opposite ball's on that side. And now we're down to the last ball, the 15th ball. Take this one, swap, go back in the kitchen on this side, and finish the drill. So here, let's bank it. All right, so when you're down to the last 2 balls, this is where you can use chalk if you want, but here's what I do. I'm gonna grab this chalk for our last ball, swap the cue ball first, put the chalk there, swap these 2, and then swap the chalk with the last ball. So use your chalk for the last one. Okay? Use your chalk. And of course, we're done with the rack because we got all 15 balls. We're down to the last ball. So, for the last ball in this case was the 8, so we're going to try to cross bank this if we can. And we miss. Okay? So we're not finished yet. We want to finish the drill. Grab your chalk for the last ball, put the chalk in place of the cue ball, then swap the 8 with the cue ball, and then swap the 8 and the chalk. So that's how you can swap the last ball of the drill. So here, we're going to cut the 8 into the corner pocket. Like that. And all the times to scratch and make the shot, it had to be the last ball. So just FYI, if you have a situation like that where you make both the shot you shot and scratched, then you reset back to the warm-up shots of levels 1, 2, and 3. So let's just say, for sake of argument, we had more balls on our rack at the chair. So we grabbed that ball, put the cue ball in the center after it's scratched, and again, you can place that ball 1, 2, or 3, which is one of these 3 shots. So let's just say, for sake of argument, this is the last ball. Now that we finally scratched on a main shot. So let's say this is our last ball of the drill instead of the 8. If you make the shot, you're good. But if you miss, you know the deal. But see, I scratched again. So again, for sake of argument, let's do it again. So we did level 3 that time, so let's go ahead and do level 2. So again, same routine, try to make the shot. And I see I scratched again, so we're going to keep going. So now, of course, when you're at a bar, you're basically done because you got to get more quarters. But I'm just saying, for sake of argument, if you're in the middle of the drill and you scratch the cue ball on a made shot, then you can position the balls 1 through 3. So I'm basically showing you 2 different drills basically right now. So here, all right, we missed. So if you don't have any balls left after the last one, just take your chalk and do this. So you can do it like that. If you want to use your chalk for the whole drill, that's fine. But for me, I'll just swap with the ball. Like if there was balls on the rack, you can swap with the balls if you want. So let's go ahead and finish the drill since we're continuing. All right, so I fouled, right? So by the time you scratch, wait for the ball to stop, swap the cue ball where the 2 was positioned, and the 2 ball goes into the center. So for our last shot, let's try to get this 2 ball into that corner. All right, we missed. Now again, we're going to pretend that this is the last ball in the session instead of the 8. So I'm going to put the chalk where the cue ball was, and then swap the cue ball with the 2, and then swap the 2 with the chalk. Put the chalk on the side, chalk up your stick, and then make the last shot. Like so. So this is a combination of both the level 1, 2, and 3 warm-up shots and the swap drill. Now, you don't have to start the drill with the warm-up shots that I just did, but what you can do is wherever you position the balls, just make sure that you challenge yourself to not shoot an easy shot for the first drill, unless you're in a big rush. But as far as I'm concerned, What makes this drill very unique is you're working on multiple different shots that would occur into a game. You can add a little cardio in it by just shooting shots as fast as you can, like you're playing speedball. So there's a lot of ways you can improve with this drill. So if you work on the swap drill probably as like a warm-up drill or just a confidence building type of drill like my other drills, make sure y'all check out my playlist in the description for those other drills as well as many of the other sessions I've done. Then you would understand that I'm very creative, and you would see how different drills I come up with is not only beneficial for me, but it can be beneficial for you. So if y'all enjoyed the swap drill as well as the levels 1 and 2, 3 and warm-up shots, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But I thank y'all for being here today. If y'all got any questions about the drill, let me know in the comment section. Always strive for greatness. Always put God first, and don't waste your talents and skills. Thank y'all for being here, and I'll see y'all in my next video. And don't forget to check out the links in the description as well. Peace. I'm out.